The Industrial Revolution, that emerged around the world at the end of the 18th century, was the beginning of a very important period for the history of the world and humanity. From the first tools in ancient times to the Internet, or Mars tools used today, proving how curious and creative humans are, on our list of the most important inventions of all time that changed the world. Dear viewers, we would be very pleased if you subscribe, for developing of our channel. Let's get started. Number 1. Bulb. Although incandescent lamps were invented in the 1800s, Edison made this important invention truly usable thanks to the light bulb design he introduced in 1880. The light bulb designed by Edison could work for long periods of time. On the other hand, the new bulb design did not require high electric current. Moreover, it was easier to install and use. In addition, the production cost was quite low compared to the old bulbs. Edison's light bulb continues to exist as one of the most important inventions to light up humanity. Number 2. Telephone. The telephone, which completely changed the concept of communication, on which dozens of inventors worked at the time. Alexander Graham Bell, who worked on the transmission of electric current and sound in the late 1880s, succeeded in obtaining the patent for the first telephone in 1876. In the first years of its invention, the telephone could only be used by the rich. However, its use has become widespread since the 1900s. The telephone, which is among the most important inventions, occupies an important place in the life of humanity even today. Number 3. Nail. If it were not for nails, perhaps civilization would not have come to this place. The nail that emerged after people gave shape to metal, it has a history of more than 2,000 years due to the invention of writing. The screw is thought to have been found by Archimedes in the 3rd century BC. Number 4. Internal combustion engines. This type, which can be considered the ancestor of modern engines, it provides the movement by burning the high-temperature fuel in the piston. These engines, which provide the conversion of this chemical energy into mechanical energy, took their modern form from the middle of the 19th century. They are now used in a wide area from aircraft to cars. Number 5. Internet. The Internet, which enables the communication of billions of people anywhere in the world, it was developed for the American defense industry by a team of computer engineers in 1960. This enabled the worldwide expansion of the American intelligence agency, the CIA. Number 6. Printing press. It was invented in 1440 by the German Johannes Gutenberg. Thanks to this invention, which could copy manually, 20 million copies were printed from its invention until 1500. It also played a major role in the spread of religions. Number 7. Penicillin. One of the most famous inventions in history. Invented by Scottish scientist Alexander Fleming, penicillin is thought to have saved millions of lives so far. From the emergency patients in the hospital to the soldiers on the battlefield, it has always been used to save humanity. Number 8. Compass. Ancient sailors used to determine their direction by looking at the stars. However, this method did not work on cloudy nights when the weather was bad. Thus, in the 11th century, the Chinese invented the compass made of stone and iron. And the modern compass, which we can call modern, was developed by passing to Europe and the Arabs, again thanks to maritime trade. Number 9. Wheel. Until 3500 BC, people had great difficulties in immigrating. The wheel solved very important problems for trade and agriculture as well as for transportation. Today, wheels or cogs are found in everything from clocks to wind turbines. Number 10. Sewing machine. The sewing machine, patented by the American inventor Elias Howe in 1846, was an improved version of the old sewing machines. In 1855, Isaac Singer made important changes on the sewing machine, and developed machines suitable for home use. Thanks to these changes made on the sewing machine, there was a revolution especially in the clothing and shoe industry. Number 11. Phonograph. Basically a sound recorder, The phonograph was invented by Thomas Edison in 1877. The phonograph allowed sounds to be recorded and played back. The phonograph, the ancestor of record players, was an invention that significantly changed humanity's relationship with music. Number 12. Aeroplane. One of the most important inventions that emerged during the American Industrial Revolution was undoubtedly the airplane. With the invention of the airplane, important changes took place in many subjects, from transportation to trade, from tourism to wars. The first powered airplane was invented by the Wright brothers in 1903. The exoskeleton of the powered airplane invented by the Wright brothers was made of wood and covered with cotton cloth. Despite this, the plane managed to fly over a beach in America for 12 seconds, making it one of the most important inventions in human history. Number 13. Icebox. The first icebox produced was made of wood. It was invented in 1802 by Thomas More. The invention, in which large blocks of ice could be stored in the compartment at the top, was covered with insulating materials such as tin and zinc. The outer part of the box was wrapped with insulating fabrics like fur. Iceboxes allowed perishable foods to be preserved for long periods of time without being smoked, canned, or dried. Thus, iceboxes went down in history as an invention that caused significant changes in people's consumption habits and therefore their lifestyles. Number 14. Steel plow. Another invention of the Industrial Revolution that took agricultural production to an advanced level was the steel plow. The steel plow was invented in 1837 by a blacksmith named John Deere. Thanks to this important invention, planting and aeration of the soil has become much easier, and less costly than the old methods. Number 15. Cotton gin. Invented by Eli Whitney in 1796, the cotton gin was one of the most important inventions in agricultural history. The machine was used to separate the raw cotton from seeds, stems and leaves. Thanks to the cotton gin, cotton production increased and there was a production boom in the sectors. Dear viewers, these are the information we have prepared about the most important inventions that changed the world. And we would be very pleased if you subscribe to support us. Thanks for watching. See you in another video.